Welcome to the Bird Gang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Bird Gang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's Senior Estes. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders Hill. I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers to Rager, young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, sack him with Fletcher, lay him out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay him, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the Bird Gang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat, the man in motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
Welcome to another edition of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. Today, Nation, we have another very special guest from Raiders content community. We got Spotlight Raiders Talk. How you doing today, my guy?
What's going on, man? What's going on, man? How are you today? Thanks for having me on the show. You know, we got a great matchup coming up, so it's gonna be fun to watch. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for coming on. I know you're a busy guy over there with Spotlight Network. Go ahead and give everybody a little breakdown of your little network thing you got going on there.
It's the Spotlight Sports Network. If it wasn't for the Spotlight Sports Network, it wouldn't be a Spotlight Raiders Talk. We started the Spotlight Sports Network last year. We did change it from the Spotlight Sports Talk to the Spotlight Sports Network. We talk NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college sports as well. So we do all of that, and we have a lot of analysts, some good writers over there too. So definitely check out spotlightsportsnetwork.com and check out Spotlight Sports Network on YouTube.
Nice, man. So far, man, we are at Game 7. How do you feel about your Raiders going into the first 6 games of the season? And then talk a little bit about your coaching situation now that Gruden's gone.
Now, it's been an up and down year. We started out 3-0. We dropped 2 straight. And then the John Gruden email thing came out. And my thing about John Gruden is I was never a big fan of him coming back anyway. A lot of people say they wasn't a big fan of him coming back, but I wasn't. I wasn't that type of guy. Like, no, don't bring John Gruden back. You bringing that 2002 office, that old-fashioned office back. Mind you, the problem with John Gruden was he couldn't keep up with today's office and how offices today are. And I was not a big fan of Gruden. So did I want to see him go out the way he did? No. I want him to finish out the season and then he get fired. But until then, man, I'm confident the way this team came out. It showed adversity after all the stuff that went on in the week. We went into Denver in a very hostile place and put up 34 points against that good defense. So the Raiders, I'm looking forward to this game, even though I am a Philadelphia native. So I'm divided with my family right now. So yeah, I know how it is, man.
The funny thing is, I think you're about the third Raider guy on here, but all you guys came from Philadelphia. And I don't understand how y'all make the switch. How can y'all stay on the Philadelphia Eagles side? What's up with that?
I made the switch when I was a kid. Every summer, I used to go to Oakland, California. And my uncles and my aunts, they lived in Oakland, California. They was born and raised there. They was by marriage. They wasn't my blood, but they was my family. You know, they still consider my family. Every summer we'll go out there. We'll go to preseason games. We'll go. It was just Raider out. Like I was like never in Philly every summer as a kid. So being out there and learning the tradition, being around those fans and that silver and black, it just got over me. It just got over me. And then when I came back to Philly, when back in the day, I played for the Raiders in Little League. Everything was just Raiders for me. It was never nothing Eagles. I know my dad loved the Eagles. He's like, why are you becoming Raiders fan? It's just the history behind it that my family had on the West Coast side of things that made me a Raiders fan. So it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's the family's divided. Me and my dad been talking stuff the last couple of days, but hey, it's all love.
Hey, man, I know about it. I'm from Cali too myself. And I am a huge Eagles fan, man. Everybody's like, how aren't you Raiders, Niners? I had all my friends growing up, Niner fans, Raiders fans, Dallas fans, what I'm saying, Charger fans. And I was just like, I was more into college football. So I was always like USC. That's my team, what I'm saying?
Right.
Ride and die with USC. And then I was like, man, pro football is too slow for me. My dad sat me down. And he was like, hey, watch this game. I think it was the Eagles Cowboys, and Randall Cunningham was out there, man. And seeing Randall run around with the ball, they gave me that whole college swag going on. So I started picking them up, and ever since then, man, diehard Eagles fan, man. I love my Birds.
It happened like that. East Coast Raiders fans, West Coast Eagles fans. Actually, the Nest out west, he's a YouTube channel creator.
Yeah,
he lives in Sacramento, and he's an Eagles fan. So it's just like it is some Eagles fans on the West Coast.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Foothills out there on the West and the West out West, man. They're definitely another good Eagles content creator out there. We got some Raiders fans up in here. Raiders
all day.
I got all my Californians up in my inbox. Y'all ready to lose this week? I'm like, okay, we gonna see. Tell me, what do you like so far? Who do you think is some of your key players on the Raiders that the Eagles should be looking out for this week?
I'm telling you now. Big Play Slay, whatever his name is over there, Big Play Slay over there on the Philadelphia Eagles. You got this wide receiver core, man. This wide receiver core against, your linebackers and your D-backs. I mean, I do like Steven Nelson over there in Philadelphia. I think, Slay is good too, but Henry Ruggs is fast. Brian Edwards is big. Hunter Renfrow is our joker. He's our third in Renfrow. Then you got some guys that come off the bench like third and Renfrow, Zay Jones, especially Darren Waller against these linebackers. I think that's where the weakness is at for the Philadelphia Eagles is the linebacker position. And I don't think any of the linebackers can cover Darren Waller. So I think that would be our matchup, a weakness there. I know our run game has not been the best, and I know your front four has been good, but you got to look at it from both sides of the ball. The Eagles offensive line has not been great. Raiders offensive line has not been great. So I'm really looking for what happens in the trenches. Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith on the defensive side of the ball. We got some work because Jalen Hurts is mobile. I watched him at Oklahoma. I watched him at Alabama. He's a good quarterback, but offensive line can't hold it up. Same thing for Derek Carr. Carr's a good quarterback, but the offensive line can't hold up. So it's really about who can make the adjustments, who can be in the trenches, who can get to the quarterback, who cannot. So it's really going to be fun. It's going to be fun to look at.
Yeah, man. I think you said it best when you said our linebackers is not playing that great this year. Our linebacker is the weakness on our defense there. Like Waller's a beast over there. But what I'm saying, we've been playing some pretty good tight ends over the last couple of weeks here. I think our defense is really better at the coverage side of things than the running side of things. My biggest fear is that Josh Jacobs get started early. Him and Drake over there, they get started early because teams has been killing us. And I mean killing us in that run game, man. And that's something that definitely need to sure up on. But I really think with the scheme that we run, it's going to be hard for us to ever stop the running game because our linebackers aren't those thumper linebackers, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you need to stop the run. You need someone that's going to go hit him and make him wish he wasn't carrying that ball anymore. And we don't got one of those guys on our defense right now. So that's definitely a big concern for me, because even if you look at guys like, what's that dude, Kansas City running back,
Clyde
Edwards-Helaire, he went off on us last week. Fournette went off of us. The Cowboys had Zeke and Pollard going off on us. So it's just like everybody's been running the ball on us, and I just want to see that stop. Maybe we can switch up our defense, maybe blitz a little bit more. We do got some rookie coaches out there that, they're still learning the game of NFL. You know what I'm saying? But defense seemed to be catching up over the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's just our offensive side that really needs to get it clicking.
Yeah, I have absolutely agree. I actually did the Thursday night football game against Tampa Bay, and y'all honestly y'all could have won that game. And only reason why I did that game to observe and see what the Raiders can do against that defense, or what our defense could do against y'all offense, because we still have Yannick Ngakoue and Max Crosby on the other side of the ball with a Casey Hayward that's probably going to be on Devontae Smith, or whoever's the best receiver for the Eagles. So our defense is pretty solid with Denzel Perriman at the linebacker position. Our run game, we do give up a lot of yards on the run game as well. So I want to see us stop the run as well. But the problem with that is I don't think we need to put 8 in the box, because y'all don't run Miles Sanders enough.
We don't run the ball at all, man.
Y'all don't run the ball at all. So I'm thinking like, do we need to bring extra people? Because we could get there with 4 if y'all not going to run Miles Sanders, and Miles Sanders should be more involved in the offense. I'm just going to be honest. And if y'all don't run him early, then I don't see our defense blitzing at all. I can see us definitely being in our base defense and just getting after the quarterback with our 4.
Okay. Do you think that will be, a big problem if we do decide to run the ball? Because I think with 10 days now and hearing all the Eagles fans chant in the stadiums, on social media, and the newspaper, everybody's like, run the ball, Nick. You know what I'm saying? Let Booby spin. Do you think that is a weakness that we can take advantage of?
That is a weakness that you can take advantage of. I mean, Melvin Gordon and the other guy from Denver, they both had 50 yards each. So that was 100 yards on the ground total as a team. Mm-hmm. But it depends on really Nick Sirianni. If Nick Sirianni want to run the football, then we have to make adjustments during the game as Gus Bradley as our defensive coordinator. So if you really want to look at it, I mean, I think it can be an advantage, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Sirianni doesn't run the football.
Right. How do you see these receivers? We got Lane Johnson back, so that should give us a little bit more time, pass protection wise. Dallas Goedert is now the man in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? He's on this mission to show the league that he is up and coming elite tight end in the league. So we see what happens now that Zach Ertz is out of there. How do you see the matchup going with your secondary against our receivers? Devontae Smith has been slowly but surely becoming the receiver that we want him to be. I'm saying, out there on that football field. He's had a couple of nice games so far as a rookie. Quez Watkins, I believe, needs to be our starting receiver, the way he's catching these balls and making big plays. He just doesn't. He's kind of like Miles Sanders. I don't believe he gets enough targets in the game, and I definitely want to see him get activated a little bit more than what he's been. And then, got Jalen Reagor, who's been up and down, which a lot of us think needs a little bit more time to get polished off there before he can be a real contributor on this offense.
I can really see Devontae Smith matching up with Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward is the number 1 cornerback that barely gets thrown to on his side of the ball. So I can see that matchup with a veteran, 10-year veteran in Casey Hayward versus the rookie Devontae Smith. That's a matchup that I do want to see. Now, on the other side of the ball, we don't know what's going on with Trayvon Mullen. He's still on IR. Damon Arnett still on IR. But Brandon Faison and Amik Robinson didn't play well last week. But Brandon Faison, that we got off the practice squad from the Chargers, he came in, he stepped up, he shut down these receivers for Denver, which they have some explosive receivers. We just worked out DJ Hayton and DeQuez Denard. So it's gonna be a little bit. We're a little bit. On the other side, whoever is going to defend Quez Watkins is going to have to be physical. So when it comes to that, I think our linebackers. Our only cover linebacker that we have is Corey Littleton. That I think that could do good coverage against Dallas Goedert. He's good against tight ends. But Denzel Perriman in the middle, if y'all do run the ball, that's the one guy that definitely can stop the run from the linebacker position. And our D-backs, we got Trayvon Merrick. If Jalen Hurts can get the ball down the field, see if you could test him. He's a rookie. Jonathan Abram is a safety / linebacker. He could play up. He could play back. And, we had 4 turnovers against Denver. So Jalen Hurts is going to have to be smart with the football. We had 3 interceptions against Denver. And, yeah, he's going to have to be smart against this secondary.
I got early comparison. I know it's only Devontae the Slim Ripper Smith's first year. But how do you compare him to another Alabama receiver that you guys got over there in Ruggs?
This is a tough question. You will come with this question, man, because I was not a big fan. Listen, I was not a big fan of Ruggs coming out the draft. I wanted Jerry Jeudy. That's who I wanted in the draft. I wanted Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb. But Ruggs, he's proven me right. He's proven me wrong. I mean, he's proven me that he can play in his league. He bulked up. He did what he was supposed to do. Now with Devontae Smith, I think Devontae Smith needs to add a little bit more weight to him, just like Henry Ruggs had to. Henry Ruggs had to add a little bit more weight because, they'll call him the Slim Reaper. He's 6 foot, 165. But, I think Ruggs is about the same height, but he put more weight on. He's almost like 200 now. And he still have one of the fastest speeds in the league. Now, the difference between Devontae Smith and Henry Ruggs is that Devontae Smith is a great route runner. He's always been a great route runner at Alabama. Now, with Ruggs, you can put him anywhere on the football field. So that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good matchup there. Who's going to have the more yards? Is it going to be Smith or Smith or Ruggs? And hopefully, hopefully Ruggs, man. Hopefully, I'm going to say Ruggs. I do like Devontae Smith. I was thinking like, okay, let's see if the Eagles. Let's see what the Raiders can do here. Can we get Ruggs and Devontae Smith for the draft? I was going to say that. I was thinking about that in the draft, but I was like, nope. We end up getting Alex Leatherwood. That was another Alabama offensive lineman, which I'm not a big fan of either. But yeah, I think Ruggs can have it if he can get past these DBs. Then I definitely think Ruggs would have the better game. Devontae Smith will still have a good game, but Ruggs will be better.
All right. And who so far through 6 games will be your offensive MVP and your defensive MVP for the Raiders?
My offensive MVP, it would be, people always want to say Derek Carr. And I try not to give the obvious because it's the quarterback. The quarterback is the number 1 player on the team. I'll say Hunter Renfrow.
Ooh.
Hunter Renfrow. And I'm gonna say Hunter Renfrow, but it's tied between Hunter Renfrow and Henry Ruggs. It's between them two, but I'm gonna go lean over to Hunter Renfrow because he's been so reliable for Derek Carr when pressure came. And I feel like with Hunter Renfrow, he's hard to match up with. He's hard to match up with against anybody. No corner, linebacker. He just has great footwork that could get these backs off. So I really love Hunter Renfrow. He's definitely a beast there. And on the defensive side, Denzel Perriman. Denzel Perriman is the guy that's leading the league in tackles right now at the linebacker position. I think he got almost 71, 72 tackles. That's leading the NFL right now in tackles. So Denzel Perriman is that guy. I would say Casey Hayward because he doesn't get blown by. He doesn't get burnt a lot. He got burnt one time last week, but they really don't throw to his side. But I'm going to definitely say Denzel Perriman for sure because he's definitely the leader of this defense.
Yeah, for the Eagles, I'm going to have to go with, my boy Hargraves in that middle, man. Hargraves been tearing up the league this year. He is showing that he's worth every penny that we are spending on him. And, I think if he continues this, he's definitely going to be looking at that, MVP, defensive player, not MVP, but defensive player of the year award this year and definitely going to the Pro Bowl. So I'm looking for him to continue his work that he's been putting into there in this next game. And then for offense, I'm going to have to go with, our offense, it's hard when you got a play caller like Nick Sirianni that's calling kind of.
Oh, my God. He stressed me out. He reminds me of John Gruden. He stressed me out.
Yeah, he stressed all of us out, man. But run the ball. Stop calling the same plays. You know what I'm saying? Stop just being in shotgun. There's a lot of things that stress me out about Nick right now. But hopefully he can get it together. But if I had to pick one on offense, I would have to go with probably, even at the end of the day, Jalen has been playing up to par, but you got to give it to Jalen right now. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's been playing bad, he's the only one that's been really keeping us in these games, scoring those touchdowns late in the game touchdown to get us close back in the game or winning the game like in Carolina. So I'm still going to give it to Jalen. He is our leader, and I look forward to him getting it right and him and Nick get on the same page and making this definitely a better offense. So who are the 2 players, one on offense, one on defense, that you fear the most going into this game?
I kind of fear Jalen Hurts a little bit because he's a mobile quarterback. I think he doesn't run enough. Shout out to my boy Dominique 5. Shout out to the Raider Nation that's in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. But he reminds me of like the Lamar Jackson type, but I just think he doesn't run enough. I don't think he doesn't run enough. And I just feel like if we get upfield a little bit too much, then he could break one. And I think Jalen Hurts is one of those guys that I'm really concerned about when it comes to him throwing the football and being mobile throwing the football. On the defensive side of the ball, Fletcher Cox, man, that's the guy that I'm looking for up front. Hargrave has been good, man. Hargrave has been good. Don't get me wrong, but Fletcher Cox and that front four has been really good for Philadelphia. They can get to the quarterback. Kind of surprised I didn't get to Brady last week. I was kind of surprised about that.
Right?
But at the end of the day, I'm saying like I'm really, our offensive line has been very suspect this year. So I'm looking at Hargraves and Fletcher Cox, on both sides on the defense side of the ball, and Jalen Hurts on the offensive side.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Please hit that like and subscribe to both of our channels. We got the Spotlight Raiders Talk and the BIRDGANG Nation Sports Talk over here. Both links are inside of the chat. We are pumping out the best content for our teams and look forward to keep doing this for the whole season. So, show some love, show some support, and definitely hit that like button. It's free. Don't cost a thing.
Facts.
Yeah, we are 2 for 4. Yeah, we're 2 and 4 right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, for me, I'm like, to be 2 and 4 with that stretch that we just had, there's not very many teams that play such hard schedule that early in the season. You know what I'm saying? And we gave them all we could. We almost won. You could say we could have won our last 5 games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know we beat Carolina, but all those games, if it wasn't for penalties, not running the ball, and definitely the play calling, we could be looking at a different record right here. But we're gonna see how you feel about your season. Do you think that was more, Gruden left, so the team wanted to show that they can stick together type? You know what I'm saying? That were they really hyped about that game last week, or do you think that is the true Raiders team moving forward, and we should be looking for something more to come as the season progresses?
I think this is the Raiders team that we've been looking for all year long. I think Gruden was holding the play calling back and not opening up the playbook. If you see how we had Kenyon Drake, a lot of people was like, "Oh, we overpaid for Kenyon Drake." Coming out of free agency, we overpaid him, and he's not getting utilized right. I've been saying that Kenyon Drake has not been getting utilized right from John Gruden, and Greg Olsen came in, stepped in as the offensive coordinator, and you see he had 2 touchdowns. One rushing, one catching out the backfield. So Kenyon Drake and this offense the offense definitely looked different. We stretched the field a little bit more. Our offensive line blocked a little bit better. Our defense got 4 turnovers, which our defense never get turnovers. So with this team here, I think this is the team that we've been looking for. I'm not saying this is a walk in the park game, because I know it's not. Every game is going to be one game at a time. Every team is different. And when it comes to these Eagles, Eagles, they come off of a really tough loss against Tampa Bay that y'all, I think y'all could have won, but now with us, riding high against Denver, I think our focus have to be on Philadelphia, and we have to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people, Raiders fans, saying, this could be a trap game. I thought, for sure that Miami game was going to be a trap game for you guys.
Which it was, and you see how that turned out.
But I think now it's been 2 games now, just the second game now without your coach, right?
Yeah, this will be the second game without Gruden. Yep.
So you guys definitely on track, and we definitely can't take you guys lightly there. Do you think us having 10 games to prepare for this game is going to be a benefit for us, or or a disadvantage for you guys, since you guys are going off a normal week?
Now, what was the first part you said again? I'm not sure.
We had 10 games, 10 days to prepare for this game. You know what I'm saying? We played Thursday night as opposed to you guys just playing Sunday going into the game. Do you think it's going to be, more beneficial for us, or does it not really matter, do you believe?
Well, I think it's going to be beneficial for y'all, but I think the only issue is the travel to Las Vegas, going from East Coast to West Coast. Time's changing. You might be playing a little bit earlier than expected. Mind you, on the East Coast, we playing at 4. They playing at 1. They used to playing on East Coast time. So, I think the travel is going to be the issue. I honestly, I would have said the same thing if the Raiders was coming to Philadelphia. I would have said the same thing, that the travel would have been the issue. Now, when it comes to y'all do have 10 days to prepare for us. But this is a totally different team, and Greg Olsen might throw something at us that y'all really haven't seen yet. So I think the preparation's got to be there. The question is, can the Eagles execute? That's the same thing for the Raiders. If we can prepare all we want, the question is, when we get to that field, are they going to execute?
Facts. We got a question for you. He said, name 3 Raiders rookies that impressed you the most so far through this 6th game.
They have Trayvon Merrick, the safety from TCU, was a rookie that I really love on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think we really have too many rookies on the offensive side. I mean, Alex Leatherwood, but I don't think he hasn't impressed me at all. So really on the offensive side, I really don't see too many rookies. It's mainly on the defensive side. Nate Hobbs is another one that was I think like a 5th or 6th round pick, if I'm not mistaken. Nate Hobbs is another one on the defensive side of the ball that I could say. Dang, I'm thinking about another one. Raider Nation, help me out, man. Raider Nation, help me out. I'm only thinking of Nate Hobbs and Trayvon Merrick at this moment that I could really think. It was the 7th round that we got him. I'm not too sure, but I only can think of 2 right now. I mean, I would say Alex Leatherwood, but he's just have not been at his best. He has not been at his best. I don't know at this moment. I really don't know the third one. I really don't know the third one, Raider Nation. I'm thinking. I mean, I could say right now, why you gotta be a rookie though? That's hard because Raiders got so many rookies on defense. So it's Nate Hobbs, Trayvon Merrick, and I'm gonna go with he's not a rookie, but I think I'm gonna go with Jonathan Abram. Jonathan Abram only had one good year last year before he broke, he tore his rotator cuff in his rookie year. So I'm gonna just go with Jonathan Abram, man. Jonathan Abram, Jonathan Abram, Trayvon Merrick, and Nate Hobbs. That's who I'm gonna go with.
Nice. Hey, Issues, man. I was there in Oakland at that game, man. That was a great game when Nick Foles threw 7 touchdowns against you guys.
Oh my God!
Right next to Nick Foles' parents, and it was a glorious day, man. He could have even broke the record with 8 or 9, but they pulled him. You know what I'm saying? I do remember that game. That was a great memory, man. Bombs away all day. That's what it was for sure.
I don't see that happening. Not with no Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Nah.
Hey, Jalen can throw that bomb, my guy.
He can. I just think his accuracy and a little touch of it he has to practice on. But other than that, I don't. Devon Diablo, but Devon Diablo has not played much. Grand Iser 12. I haven't seen much of Devon Diablo. I haven't seen much of Tyrese Gillespie. Because they've been on the special teams majority of the time. So Devon Diablo, Tyrese Gillespie, I got to see more of.
Mm-hmm. With me and Jalen Hurts, this is how I see it. You know what I'm saying? For one, you're not playing to Jalen's strengths. You know what I'm saying? You're not coaching, not calling him plays to his strengths. For one, everybody know young quarterback, beat up offensive line, the best thing to do is run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're not doing that. 2 is, utilize your tight ends. We had 2 top 10 tight ends before, shipping one off here in Zach Ertz. Shout out to Zach Ertz. Have fun in Arizona. But
much respect.
I still got to use that tight end game in the middle of the field, which we haven't been doing a lot of. You know what I'm saying? I think only 3% of Jalen passes go to the middle of the field since he's been in the league. So that's another thing we're not taking advantage of. And for 2, we run RPO out of shotgun every single play. You know what I'm saying? You got to mix it up. Same formation, same formations, same plays over and over again. I think we have like 5 or 6 plays in our playbook right now. It seemed like over the last couple of weeks here. You know what I'm saying? When you're running an RPO game, you're giving him 3 things to think about. A, am I handing the ball off? B, am I keeping the ball to run? Or C, am I passing the ball? Which all should be done by NFL quarterback. But when you got to do it every single play, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying he's a one-read quarterback. What a line that we have, half our lines on IR, you know what I'm saying? With the line that we got, by the time he finished handing the ball off, deciding if he wants to run or not, and getting into his progressions, you know what I'm saying? That's already, 2-3 seconds in, and most quarterbacks only get 2 or 3 seconds to throw the ball. So I think that's the reason why you're not seeing the development come with Jalen Hurts as more as we would like to see him be. We know he got the skill level. We know he got the talent. That's probably why he got some of these short balls. He's throwing a lot of short balls because, like, last minute, let me just throw it, type things, as opposed to if you have some traditional offense mixed in there where you're actually giving handoffs, he actually have plays where he doesn't have to, worry about it. So he knows I'm gonna hide this ball, I'm gonna hand it off, I'm clear for this play. You know what I'm saying? Normal pass plays where it's like I'm not doing a play action that no one's biting on because no one's biting on the play action. We're running play action like 60-70% of the time, and we're not running the ball. So I was
about to say that. Because I'm like, why are y'all running RPO and y'all don't run the ball enough to make it effective?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I think that's a waste of motion, a waste of time. waste of his brain use. You know what I'm saying? He's a young quarterback still. I'm not saying that he can't do it or he shouldn't be doing it, but to do it every single down, what I'm saying, I think it's kind of excessive and it's kind of taken away from his strengths.
Yeah, I mean, with the Philadelphia Eagles, that's what I saw a lot, and I kept saying it in the live stream. Why are they running RPO when it's called run pass option? You have to run the ball first for that pass option to happen. So basically, I don't understand what the Eagles are doing there. I hope the play caller can be better. I do want this to be a competitive game because even though that I'm a Raiders fan, the Eagles have played in some competitive games against some good teams, and I know our defensive ranks is pretty good than what we had in the past a couple of years. But I'm really excited for this game, man. I've been waiting for this game. I wish it wasn't in Philly. I would have went to the game, but hey, it's all good.
Hey, shout out to my boy Mike Rage, hometown, A-Town. You know what I'm saying? I think he was the one that gave me the tickets to that game, if I'm not mistaken. Gave us the tickets to that Raiders. He is a Raiders fan from my hometown. Much love to you. Thanks for joining the show, my guy.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, man, I think, this is going to be a really good matchup. We're going to have to continue what we've been doing with all these elite tight ends, and that's stopping them. You know what I'm saying? Waller, to me, is your best receiver on your offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he's a tight end, but to me, he's your best pass catching receiver out there. You know what I'm saying? He can do more. He can pass block for you to help the run game, and he can also, get out there, and he's a big target, and he got some speed to him to where he can be a real dangerous weapon out there. We have definitely been holding down some pretty elite tight ends. Kelsey didn't do too much against us. We had Kittles didn't do too much against us when we played him. And I know Kyle Pitts is a rookie, so he didn't do too much against us when we played the first game in Atlanta. So we definitely had some good tight ends that came through our defense, came through our way during this first 6 games. So I think he's just another one that we got to continue to do what we did with those guys to help eliminate the big plays with them guys. So, Ruggs do scare me with that speed. Tyreek Hill had an awesome game against us, more towards the end of the game than the beginning of the game, but he definitely used that speed at the end of the game to definitely showcase his skills against us. So that's another Tyreek Hill type, elite speed type receiver that we have to worry about. But like you guys said too, man, what you call him again? Winfro, what do you call him?
Third and Renfro.
Third and Winfro, man, that guy's been coming up in the league. The last couple of years, he's definitely up to his elevation in the game. You know what I'm saying? Becoming more of a starting receiver, caliber type receiver out there. So I think you definitely got to keep an eye on him because he is another big target out there that gets open a lot.
Absolutely. Third and Renfro, like Hunter Renfro, when we got him out of the University of Clemson, that guy, I mean, he just impressed me from his rookie season. He just kept evolving. Even though we didn't have a number one receiver, Renfro was our number one receiver. Like, if you want to be honest, when we had the Tyrell Williams of the world, when we had the Jordy Nelsons of the world, we really didn't have no number one receiver. And Renfro always was reliable for us when it comes to the wide receiver position. And now it kind of opens it up for the rest of our receiving core. Who are you going to defend? Are you going to defend Ruggs deep? And you want to defend Brian Edwards with the 50-50 balls because he reminds me of a Michael Crabtree. And then you got Waller, then you got Zay Jones, and then you got Keon Drake that can come out the backfield. So it really opened up things for Renfro when it comes to that third downs or even those clutch plays that we need.
Yeah, man. How you liking your back so far with Jacobs and Drake right now? Do you think, I know Jacobs usually puts a lot more yards out there. You know what I'm saying? Do you think he's having a down year? How do you see his season going so far?
Jacobs is having a down year, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. The offensive line, knowing that we lost Gabe Jackson and Rodney Hudson, we had to trade those guys, which I did not want to trade them, but due to the fact that NFL is still a business, salary cap, money, we had to open up things there. Shout out to Tiffany Nicole. I don't know why she coming here talking about the Cowboys, but she love all teams, whatever with that. But when it comes to, Josh Jacobs, the offensive line, I mean, you can't open up holes. How can your line be effective? I mean, how can your running backs be effective? He did get off to an okay start against Denver, but I still feel like is something missing there with Jacobs. I know he has a lot of injuries when it comes to him,
Mm-hmm.
And Keon Drake has been taking some of the carries too. And Keon Drake haven't been looking his best either until the Denver game. I think both of these running backs had good games, and I think that they could come in, and if these linebackers you say they are not that great, then
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs and Keon Drake can definitely have some good games against this defense. But I hope Jacobs can get back to form. I hope this offensive line can help him get back to form, because if you ain't got an offensive line, then you don't have running backs. I'm just going to be honest. If you don't have an offensive line, then you don't have a quarterback. So
Right.
that's just what it is. So people want to, blame this and blame that, but your offensive line is the reason why our teams are not effective. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to say Josh Jacobs will get better as far as when the offensive line gets better. And our offensive line has been getting better every week. We start off slow and then we'll get it together. But Keon Drake, he's going to be good. Another receiver that's going to come out the backfield. So and with a Jalen Richard, that's another guy that's going to be a third down back that can come in and run the football and catch out the backfield. So the running backs are looking pretty good, but it's not its best. The Raider Nation expect more from our running back position.
Okay. You guys got Richie coming back this week, Incognito?
I have not heard any news on Richie Incognito. I'm still waiting on news to come out for Richie Incognito. I know he was on the IR for a long time. I know he had that calf strain, that calf injury, and it's really hard to come back from the calf injury. So I really hope we get Richie Incognito back this week. It would be great to have him back, but if we got to do what we have to do with the line that we have, that's fine. I just think after this year, Richie Incognito just needs to retire. It's sad to say, but that calf injury is killing him. That's why he's been out since last year. So,
oh wow,
yeah, he's been out since last year. He played majority of the year, and then he had that calf strain, and he had it during the preseason. Didn't practice in the preseason, didn't play in the preseason, didn't play in any of the games yet. So, if he does come back, he's going to be a bit rusty, but I don't see him coming back at all.
Okay. He said Grant Consider said 3 keys to winning the game versus the Eagles, 3 keys to winning the game versus the Raiders.
3 keys to winning the game against the Eagles. Number 1, offensive line has to block for Derek Carr. Number 2, defensive line has to get to the quarterback. And number 3, field position. Now, one thing about field position is that Cole, our punter, I think his name is Adam Cole, if I'm not mistaken. I keep forgetting that punter's name. I get Daniel Carson and Cole mixed up so much. But I think field position, I think our punting game is really good on the 3 and outs that we have. And we can put the Eagles in bad field position. But the defense up front is going to have to play well. Our offensive line is going to have to play up front and special teams. That's just going to be it for us. Is he asking that for the Eagles to beat us, or he asking me that too?
Yeah, do that too, because that's always one of my
Okay, so for the Eagles to beat us, they're going to have to run the football. That's one. Number 2, Jalen Hurts has to be a little bit mobile than being the pocket passer that he is. And number 3, the linebackers is going to have to buckle down. I think your secondary is pretty solid with Slay and Nelson, but your linebacking core is the weakest link. Now, if that linebacker core can get to the quarterback or do something in coverage, then that's the 3 things I think that the Eagles can beat the Raiders with.
Yeah, and the funny thing you said that, because I think that's the best player on our team right now too, that I forgot to mention, is our punter, man. He's been punting the hell out of that ball.
Yeah, I think when it comes to field position, that's big.
Yeah. And I think some other keys for us, you know what I'm saying, penalties has been killing us, you know what I'm saying? That was a huge reason why we didn't come back all the way in that Tampa Bay game. We got that taunting call at the end of the game that kept Tampa Bay on the field, you know what I'm saying? We could have got the ball back after that. So penalties definitely been killing us this year. Like you said, too, run the rock. Let Booby spin.
Yes.
You know, we got a top back here in our backfield that's just getting frustrated. He's not getting the ball. I don't know why you want that kind of energy in your locker room. You know, you should definitely try to fix that by just giving him some handoffs. You ain't got to give it to him 30 times a game, but, you know, at least a good 15 to 20 times would definitely help out the flow of the game and help out your team overall. So those will be some keys. And then, like we said, get the Carr. You know, I want to see, you know, Cargraves and Cox do their thing in the middle, get that pressure on Carr early. So, you know, if he tries to get out of there, you have Sweat and Barnett coming off for each end, that hopefully they can eat off of that. So let's see the defense keep doing what they're doing, maybe, you know, step it up a little bit more. But we have been playing some good defense the last couple of weeks. It's definitely our offense that got to get it together against this game. Because we keep calling plays like we've been calling them the last couple of games. We're not winning nothing. So, what I'm saying? I'm hoping this 10 days, Nick, get to actually look at the film and realize what you're calling is not working and why it's not working. I was thinking maybe we even need to get a coach in the press box up there to talk to him before he calls plays, because someone needs to get up there and see it from a different angle than what they're seeing on the sideline, man, because they are still calling the same. I definitely want to see that change.
Nick Sirianni, you gotta let your offensive coordinate. In the words of Key in the Building, another Philadelphia Eagles YouTuber. She does all Philly, Sixers, Flyers, all of that. She said it in her video. She said, "What's the point of you having a offensive coordinator if he doesn't coordinate?" So,
right.
So that's the words of Key in the Building there. So I feel y'all pain when it comes to the play calling. I feel y'all pain.
Do you think your play? I don't know if I asked that already, but do you think your play calling got better?
Yes.
With Gruden being
Greg Olsen?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Rick Pisaccia is our interim head coach, but he came from being a special teams coach. So he's letting Gus Bradley run the defense. He's letting Greg Olsen run the offense, and he still have his duties as a special teams coach. But he still have a bigger bigger role to do, knowing that he's the interim head coach. But Greg Olsen opened up the playbook last week. You see a different Raiders team with this offense last week. If we would have had John Gruden, it would have been that stagnant I formation 1998 to 2002 offense, and we would have been looking like trash. So I think our offensive play caller has gotten better. We did get a little bit conservative in the second half, which is a minor issue which you can get rid of, but I think our play calling definitely got better.
Okay. So, what would you think is going to be a high passing game? I mean, a high scoring game, or you think it's going to be more close to the vest, low scoring game, battle of the trenches type game? And then give me a score prediction.
I think it's going to, for this game, I don't know about high scoring. I think it's going to be competitive. But I don't think it's going to be high scoring. Now, the only way it can be high scoring if either defense can't cover nobody. That's basically what that is. I think it's going to be a solid game. And what I mean by solid game is going to be a lot of physicality in this game, especially from up front. And if I want to make a prediction score, I'm going to say 27-20 Raiders.
Okay. 27-20. I like that one. That's nice. A little 27-20. I can see that happening,
Yeah, that's what make 27-20 is make it a competitive game with that.
Well, I think, it's going to be like another one of those types of scores. I don't think it's getting into the 30s for either team,
Right.
They're playing a little bit too good. But I do think maybe Nick, this is just off of my hope that Nick changes his game plan, because our offense, like Jalen said, is this close from exploding, and now with the schedule of games that we have coming up, we can really see that offense explode to the masterpiece that we hope they can be this year. So I'm gonna say the Eagles 24, the Raiders 14.
14?
Just because, listen, no slight, but just because I think we will run the ball a lot more, get the time of possession, keep Derek Carr off the field a lot of the time, and hopefully put them points.
I gave y'all respect in scoring 20 points. You know that we are a high scoring offense. Now you know that. That we're high. We're top 10 in scoring offenses now. So I don't know, man. 14
too low.
That's too low.
What are you guys averaging a game right now?
We're averaging at least 24 points a game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're averaging at least 24 points a game. I think the only lowest scoring game that we had was the Chicago Bears game when we only scored 9. But other than that, if you look at the Denver game, we scored 34. The Chargers, we scored almost 21. Which was 17. Miami, we scored about 30 points. The Ravens about 30 points. So 14, that's
too low.
That's too low, brother. I respect you enough, but I don't think the Raiders is not going to. I mean,
We got to look at our defense too. Like besides, those two big 40 burgers that we gave up, what I'm saying? Our defense after the first 2 games, we're only averaging 11 points in our defensive game too. You know what I'm saying? So I think the offense playing better and running the ball is going to help that defensive side the ball a lot more to keep them fresh out there, to keep them from scoring some points. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, we just have to see what happens there. But I know you talk about not only scoring 14 points in the Death Star. I don't know about that one now. So, but we'll definitely take a look at that. We'll go back and look at that, man.
We'll come back and circle around and talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
What was that? 14, we put up 30. No, I'm like, oh man, my bad. My deal is like when I start these shows early in the week and I give a score prediction, I kind of just stick with it. No matter what. Even if I kind of feel a change throughout the week, you know what I'm saying? I kind of just stick with it. There's no slides. Just throw them out there, man. I just throw them out there. Grant Consider said, what do you think the Raiders record will be for the season?
Oh man, I get this question a lot, even from my own Raider Nation. Realistically, I started the year out of us winning 10 games. I had us winning 10 games. And now just looking back at it, it's a possibility. I can say the Raiders could definitely win 11 games. The way our offense have looked against Denver and the way that our mindset is after everything that went down with the Raiders last week, I think we could win 11. I say 11-6. I say 11-6 would be our record. But if I want to go high ceiling, I can go like 12-5. I could go high ceiling, but I think the more humbling is 11-6 for the Raiders.
Yeah, I know. I started out the very first video. I started out this season. I said 11-6. Once we got close to the season starting, I was like 12-5. After seeing these 2-4 start the way our coaches coaching the ball, coaching these games, I'm gonna have to go with my first instinct and 11-6. I still think we can win 6 games. With our schedule easing up after this week, I feel that the Eagles there are definitely a lot of winnable games that we should win. My floor would definitely be 10-7 though for the years. I still think we can win double digits. You know what I'm saying? Definitely with the end of the schedule. We don't win 10 games, then our coach might need to be seeing himself out because
listen, I'm telling you, if he screws up this week, I think he's on his way out.
Yeah.
They gotta do something. They gotta do something about Nick Sirianni, man. They really do. The Eagles, the Bird Gang is frustrated with him. They are frustrated with him.
Yeah, it's very frustrated. You know what I'm saying? He said he meant to say 31-16. Yeah, every week I mostly say 30 something. Hey, everybody in the chat, we still got 25 in here. Drop what score predictions you think this game's going to end up with as we go into the final part of our show, which is the all-time team. You know what I'm saying? Every guest got to give me their all-time team or their favorite team. This is not a team based off of stats and records and stuff. This is your favorite, Raiders team since you've been watching the Raiders. So let's start with the quarterback. Give me your favorite Raider quarterback. Who will be starting and who will be backing them up?
Oh, man. This is all time?
Yeah, of you watching.
Of me watching.
Yeah, this is your favorite team, so don't worry about stats.
Okay, so I've been a Raiders fan since 1998. Okay. So I know the history of the Raiders as quarterbacks, back in the 70s and stuff like that. My starter would be Ken Stabler. That would be my starter. Right. My backup would be Rich Gannon.
Nice.
My backup would be Rich Gannon for him. I mean, I love Rich Gannon. He took us to a Super Bowl, and Stabler won us Super Bowls, but like I said, I think Stabler would be my starter. It's just that something about that number 12 on the silver and black, it just looks so good on him. And Rich Gannon, the career that he had with us at the Raiders. So yeah, I would definitely have Ken Stabler as my starter and Rich Gannon as my backup. You talking about now? You want me to go to running backs?
We're gonna go 3 running backs.
3 running backs? Oh my God! Marcus Allen would be my starter. Charlie Gardner would be. Charlie Gardner would be my second. I'm sorry, Josh Jacobs, you're not there yet, but you will get there. Marcus Allen, Charlie Gardner, and Tyrone Wheatley.
No Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, yes. I would be. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many running backs that came through. Okay, let's do this over. Bo Jackson 1, Marcus Allen 2, Charlie Garner 3. That's how I'll do it.
And 2 tight ends.
Of course, Bilentikov, aka Stickum. Stickum. He would definitely be there for tight end. I'm gonna put Waller up there. Waller is Stickum. They are my guys. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I love Bilentikov, so Stickum and Waller as my 2 tight ends.
Give me 4 receivers.
Tim Brown. That's 1. Michael Crabtree.
Oh yeah, Crab was good.
Michael Crabtree was another one. Wide receivers. Cliff Branch. Cliff Branch was another one. And 4. This is tough, man. See, it's not many wide receivers. It's many wide receivers that came through the Raiders but did not succeed. But I'm gonna put Rice up there.
Rice, yeah. You always put the goat in there. If he's on the team at any time.
Yeah, you gotta put the goat on there. Absolutely.
All right. Who's gonna be the starting offensive line on this Raider team?
Okay. I'm definitely gonna go with Rodney Hudson as my center.
Okay.
Rodney Hudson is my center. Robert Gallery. Gallery was a bust, but I think once he moved to a different position and got improved, I could definitely put him on. I'll put him on there. It's not really too many offensive linemen I know from the Raiders past. I really couldn't, because back in '98, like I didn't know too many names. I just knew the numbers. Like, so, man, it's a lot of offensive lines. It's a lot of offensive linemen that came through. I think.
Throw some of the ones you got now on there if you can't fill it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll put Colton Miller up there. Colton Miller is my 3rd one. So Gallery, Hudson, Miller. I will put. Let me see. I need 2 more. Damn, there's so many offensive linemen that came through. So I will go with. Listen, if Denzel Good was up, if Denzel Good was an injured, I'll put Denzel Good up there, and I will put. So that's 4. I'm gonna put Osmelly up there. Osmelly, whatever his name is. He used to be with the Raiders a while back. And then he came over from the Jets. I don't know. I never knew how to pronounce his name. So that would be my 5 for an offensive line. I just like power running offensive linemen.
Upshaw, Brown, Kennedy, Shell.
Lincoln. I forgot about Lincoln Kennedy. See, when it comes to the 80s, I really don't know too many 80s offensive linemen. I was born in the 80s. I was born in 86. I don't know many from that era. I do know Lincoln Kennedy. I could definitely take out Colton Miller for Lincoln Kennedy. I forgot about Gene Upshaw. See, that's what I'm saying. When you ask on a fly, it really doesn't come to you like that.
Yeah.
But Art Shell, I forgot about those guys, man. I totally forgot about those guys. And mind you, listen, I'm 35 years old, but I'm still young. I'm still young. I know the guys, but I don't know I never knew their names. I knew them by number. So Lincoln Kennedy could definitely go up there. Gene Upshaw could definitely go up there. So a few guys can go up there. Absolutely.
Okay. What about defensive line? Give me your front 4.
People gonna say this, but I definitely will put Warren Sapp back up there.
Ooh, Sapp.
I'll put Warren Sapp back up there. Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many players that came through the Raiders over the years. Defensive lineman Khalil Mack could come back.
Mack.
So Warren Sapp, Mack, Jesus Christ. I don't even put Max Crosby up there right now.
Yeah, he's been
I'll put Max Crosby up there right now. I'm sorry to say I'll definitely put him up there. And I need one more as a defensive tackle. Raider Nation, help me out. I'm getting a brain fart, man. I'm getting a brain fart.
Let's go defensive lineman, Raider Nation. They're 25 in the chat. Let's see what
Yeah, defensive lineman, y'all. Because we went through so many players in the time. It's like the Raider Nation is so big. So linebacker, I'm going to skip for linebackers right now. Bill Romanowski is definitely one of them. Okay. I'm letting you know that now. Bill Romanowski is one of them.
When it comes to Howie Long.
I thought Howie Long was a linebacker though. Okay, so Howie Long could go up there. Okay, Howie Long could go up there. I'm having a brain fart like crazy. So Bill Romanowski can go up there when it comes to linebackers. Okay. So with me, I like them. I like Ted Hendricks. He was another one. And I'm gonna go with Gus Odo. Gus Odo.
Yeah, that's old school right there.
Yeah, that's old school. See, that's what I'm saying. I know about names. I really don't know by I really know by numbers and not names. But I remember those two names. My dad said when he watched the Raiders back in the day, they were some of the guys that he watched. Richard Seymour in his prime, that means come on, issues. You know better than that. His prime was with the Patriots, bruh.
Give me three quarterbacks. With the Patriots. Three cornerbacks.
Of course, Woodson.
Woodson
is going up there. Like that's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What other cornerbacks that I can go off of? Because you could go off of Willie Brown, a number 24. Willie Brown is definitely one of them. And you could go off of Charles Woodson, Willie Brown, and Lester Hayes.
All right, three safeties.
Yep, I'm gonna just go over three safeties. But you could go with Philip Buchanan. You could go with Torrey James. You could go with Rod Woodson. You could go with those guys. You could go with Ronnie Lott as well. If I want those three, I'll definitely want Lester Hayes, Charles Woodson, and Willie Willie as well. So Willie Brown. So I would like to have those three.
And then your kicker and punter.
Well, kicker, of course, is Sebastian Janikowski.
Right.
You're not gonna, you can't go wrong with Sebastian now. Sebastian is that guy. And punter, I'm gonna go with Marquez King.
Yeah.
Marquez King. That's my guy, man. I love him as our punter.
Yeah. What about your defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator?
Defensive coordinator? That's a good one. Okay, offensive coordinator, I'll bring back Bill Musgrave.
Okay.
Bill Musgrave would be my offensive coordinator. Now, defensive coordinator, that's going to be tough because I know this Raider Nation is going to probably butcher me on whoever I bring in as a Raiders defensive coordinator. I don't know, man. That's going to be hard. I mean, because we really had no successful defensive coordinators in a long time. I mean, we had the Ken Nortons of the world. We had the Paul Gunthers of the world. We had Jason Tarvers of the world. We had the Willie Shaws. I think I'll have to go with Willie Shaw, though. He's definitely a 98, 99 Raiders defensive coordinator. Yeah, I definitely can't go with. I can't go with Paul Gunter, Ken Norton Jr. I can't go with Jack Del Rio. I'll probably have to go with not Jason Tarver. Darn, I just said his name. I just got a brain fart again. Jason Tarver, not Jason Tarver. Willie Shaw.
Willie Shaw. And who would be the head coach?
John Madden.
Madden, baby. We love Madden, man. Yeah, man.
John Madden would be the head coach.
That is a pretty good list, man. They definitely will win a lot of games there with some of those bad boys you had on that list. We got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and give them a last little breakdown of where they can find you at on all your social media platforms.
All right, so if you are a big fan of the Las Vegas Raiders, make sure you go over to the Spotlight Raiders Talk YouTube channel. On Twitter, it's Spotlight RN Talk. On Instagram, it's Spotlight Raiders Talk. If you want to go to Spotlight Sports Network, spotlightsportsnetwork.com is the website. Twitter, SL Sports Network. Instagram, SL Sports Network. I will be live for the game on Sunday, live play-by-play and reactions on my YouTube channel, so make sure y'all check that out. Shout out to everybody that came over from my channel on the Raider Nation to come in to support. Really do appreciate y'all coming in here.
Hey, I'll talk to you, Mike. Let me get out of here on this. I definitely hit you up. But hey, man, thanks again for coming on the show. It was a pleasure as always. You know what I'm saying? Hope we get some more collabs with some more of your people over there at Spotlight. You know what I'm saying? And we get some collabs going on this year for the rest of the season. Like I always say on my show, fly, Eagles fly.
Raiders
out. Peace.